Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right into this. Today, we're exploring a heartwarming, beautifully simple little story called Milo's Fun Picnic by the Riverside. Now, on the surface, sure, it sounds like a totally straightforward tale about a mouse going on an outing, but honestly, it actually serves as a fantastic framework for understanding some pretty fundamental life concepts. Throughout this explainer, we're going to dig into the core themes of this story, specifically focusing on friendship, collaboration, and kindness. We want to see exactly what they can teach us about structuring our own lives and our own relationships. I am incredibly excited to guide you through these moments today to uncover what truly makes a day special. To set the stage here, I want to toss a question directly over to you right off the bat. What makes a perfect day? Seriously, is it the place or the people? Think about your absolute favorite memories for just a second. Were they defined by, an expensive location or totally perfect weather, or were they really defined by who was sitting right next to you? This is the heart of the story today. Keep this question front and center in your mind as we trace Milo's journey, because the answer we arrive at is profound, and it's perfectly illustrated by what unfolds. So, let's start right at the beginning. Section 1. A perfect day begins, waking up to sunshine, which flows perfectly into Section 2, the power of preparation, gathering the crew. You see, our story actually kicks off with Milo waking up on a gorgeous, bright morning. He takes one look at the weather and decides it's the absolute perfect day for a picnic. But here's the catch. He couldn't imagine doing it alone. So he hurries off to gather his friends. And notice how they break down the logistics of getting together here. We've got Bella the bunny bringing sweet carrots, Coco the squirrel packing her basket with crunchy acorns and fresh berries, Oliver the owl bringing juicy apples, and of course, Benny the beaver bringing the all-important picnic blanket. This isn't just some random list of supplies. It's a brilliant illustration of shared responsibility. No single friend is stuck doing all the heavy lifting for this event. Every single person brings something totally unique to the table, and together, they build the foundation for their adventure. Moving right along to Section 3. Friendship at the riverside, creating memories. After this great walk together through the peaceful forest, laughing, singing songs along the way, they finally arrive. And the story paints this vivid, almost cinematic picture of the perfect place. We are talking blooming, colorful flowers, cheerful birds singing in the trees, and a clear, sparkling river just reflecting the sunshine. Milo literally yells out, "This is the perfect place." It really highlights the sensory joy of their environment. So they spread out Benny's blanket, share all that delicious food they collaborated on, and then just dive into the fun. They play hide and seek, race up and down the riverbank, and skip little stones across the water. The story makes a point to note that they laughed louder than ever before. It's just the absolute peak of a perfect day. But, any good narrative needs a turning point. Let's look at Section 4, Collaboration to the Rescue, a Sudden Challenge. Right in the middle of all this carefree playtime, they spot a family of tiny ducklings struggling against a river current that was way stronger than they expected. Suddenly, their perfect, peaceful day is interrupted by someone else's crisis. And this brings us to a massively important concept, collaboration. Basically, working together to solve a problem. What's absolutely vital here is that Milo and his friends didn't just stand on the bank feeling sorry for the ducks, because empathy is feeling, collaboration is doing. They actively engaged with the sudden challenge, shifting instantly from play mode into problem-solving mode. So how does this rescue actually play out? It happens in 3 clear steps. Step 1, spotting the ducklings in trouble in the first place, which requires real situational awareness. Milo is actually paying attention to the world around him. Step 2, Benny steps up without hesitation, placing a strong log across the narrowest part of the river. And notice how Benny uses his natural beaver skills here? He leverages exactly what he's already good at for the benefit of someone else. And finally, step 3, the tiny ducklings safely cross over that log to the other side. This is targeted kindness in action, guys. They identified a problem, pooled their available resources, and just executed the solution. The immediate payoff for taking action is just pure gratitude. The mother duck smiles and says, "Thank you for helping my family." But the impact goes way beyond just helping the ducks out. Interestingly, the book notes that the friends felt happier than ever knowing they'd made someone else's day better. I want you to really absorb that for a second. They were already having a so-called perfect day, eating and playing, but it was this spontaneous act of kindness that skyrocketed their happiness to its absolute peak. Helping others literally amplified their own joy. As the excitement of the rescue settles down, we reach our final section, the true meaning sunset reflections. The pacing of the story slows down beautifully right here. They all gather around to watch the golden sky reflect on the calm river, and Bella asks everyone what their favorite part of the day was. Look at the contrasting answers we get. Over on side A, we have the sensory, activity-based joys. Coco says her favorite part was the games. Benny laughs and says, no way, it was the delicious food. And hey, they aren't wrong, those are great things. But on side B, we get Milo's perspective, which represents a much deeper realization about the whole adventure. That crucial realization is captured perfectly by Milo's response. He just smiles at his friends and says, my favorite part wasn't the picnic, it was spending the day with all of you. I mean, he hit the nail on the head, right? This is the true heart of the story. The beautiful riverside, the delicious acorns and apples, the games, even that really successful log rescue. Literally none of those things would have mattered if Milo was sitting there by himself. The happiest moments in life aren't dictated by the geography of where you go. They're entirely about the community and the friends that you share those moments with. The story wraps up by noting that everyone smiled because they knew Milo was dead, right? They walk home through the forest, hand in hand, already planning their next adventure together. The shared understanding of what made the day truly special bonds them even further. The successful collaboration, the shared kindness they showed those ducks, and the mutual appreciation for one another have completely cemented their friendship. Which brings us to the end of our analysis, and I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative question. How can you show kindness and collaboration in your friendships today? We've seen through Milo and his crew how shared responsibility, active problem solving, and just fundamentally appreciating the presence of others can elevate a good day into a totally perfect one. So take a page out of Benny the Beaver's book or Milo's book, look around, find a way to contribute, help someone navigate a strong current in their own life, and remember to appreciate the people walking through the forest with you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.